Waverly Hills Sanatorium. The name alone sends shivers down your spine. You can feel something sinister lurking just beneath the surface. Located in Louisville, Kentucky, this imposing structure holds a heavy history. It's a place where life and death walked hand in hand. For decades, Waverly Hills served as a tuberculosis sanatorium. It was a place of both hope and despair. Thousands sought treatment within its walls. Thousands also succumbed to the deadly disease. Today, Waverly Hills stands abandoned, but it is far from empty. It's a magnet for paranormal investigators like me. Shadows move in the darkness. Voices whisper from empty rooms. It's a place where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. Join me as we delve into the chilling history of Waverly Hills Sanatorium. We'll uncover its secrets and confront its darkest legends. Be warned, this is not for the faint of heart. Our journey begins in 1883. A two-story wooden farmhouse stood on the land. This was the humble beginning of Waverly Hills. Major Thomas H. Hayes purchased the property. He had a vision. He wanted to build a school for young women. His daughter Lizzie inspired him. She tragically died from tuberculosis, but fate had other plans for Waverly Hills. Tuberculosis tightened its grip on Kentucky. The need for a dedicated treatment center became critical. In 1910, construction began to transform the site into a full-fledged sanatorium. The building grew. It became a massive structure. It could house over 400 patients. It had everything needed to combat tuberculosis. There were operating rooms, a laboratory, and even a post-mortem room. Waverly Hills was ready to take on the fight against the White Plague. Life inside Waverly Hills was a mix of hope and despair. Patients clung to the hope of a cure. The staff worked tirelessly to provide comfort. But death was a constant companion. Treatment options were limited in those days. Fresh air and sunlight were considered essential. Patients spent hours on open-air porches. Surgical procedures were often experimental. The pneumothorax was common. Doctors would collapse a lung to stop the spread of the disease. The death toll mounted. A sense of hopelessness permeated the air. Whispers of suicides and mistreatment began to circulate. These whispers would later fuel the dark legends that surround Waverly Hills. By the 1940s, a new era dawned in the fight against tuberculosis. Antibiotics emerged as a miracle cure. The need for sanatoriums dwindled. Waverly Hills, once a beacon of hope, began its slow descent into darkness. The sanatorium closed its doors in 1961, but its story didn't end there. In a strange twist of fate, Waverly Hills reopened in 1962. It served as a geriatric facility known as Woodhaven Medical Services. But the building's troubled past seemed to linger. Allegations of patient abuse and neglect surfaced. Woodhaven closed in 1981. Waverly Hills was abandoned once again. This time it seemed for good. Section 5, Whispers in the Darkness, the Paranormal Legends begin. With its doors closed and its windows boarded, Waverly Hills fell silent. Or so it seemed. In the years that followed, stories began to surface. People whispered of strange occurrences within the abandoned sanatorium. Ghostly figures glimpsed in the shadows. Unexplained noises echoing through the empty halls. Paranormal investigators, drawn to the building's dark energy, began to explore its haunted corridors. They documented chilling evidence. EVP recordings captured the disembodied voices of former patients. EMF meters spiked, suggesting unseen forces at work. Waverly Hills was quickly gaining a reputation as one of the most haunted places in America. Section 6, Room 502, A Nurse's Tragic End. Of all the haunted hotspots within Waverly Hills, Room 502 stands out as a place of particular tragedy and terror. Legend has it that a young nurse, pregnant with a doctor's child, took her own life in this very room. Heartbroken and desperate, she hanged herself from a light fixture. Some say her spirit still lingers, unable to find peace. Visitors to room 502 have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. Cold spots send chills down their spines, and some claim to have seen the ghostly apparition of the heartbroken nurse, still mourning her lost love. Section 7. The Body Chute, a Grim Necessity. Another chilling remnant of Waverly Hills' past is the infamous Body Chute. This 500-foot-long tunnel served a grim purpose. It was used to discreetly transport the bodies of deceased patients from the sanatorium to the bottom of the hill. Staff wanted to spare other patients the trauma of seeing the dead wheeled out, but the body chute soon took on a sinister reputation of its own. People claim to have encountered the spirits of those who died within Waverly Hills, their souls trapped within the tunnel's depths. Section 8. Echoes of the Past. Preservation and public engagement at Waverly Hills. In the early 2000s, a glimmer of hope emerged from Waverly Hills' darkness. Tina and Charlie Mattingly purchased the property. They shared a vision. They wanted to preserve the sanatorium's history and share its story with the world. The Mattingleys established the Waverly Hills Historical Society. This dedicated group has worked tirelessly to stabilize the building. They offer guided tours, paranormal investigations, and even haunted attractions. Section 9. Conclusion, a timeless reminder. Waverly Hills Sanatorium stands as a haunting reminder of a bygone era. It's a place where the echoes of the past mingle with the mysteries of the paranormal. Whether you believe in ghosts or simply appreciate history, a visit to Waverly Hills is an experience that will stay with you long after you leave its hallowed grounds. The spirits of Waverly Hills, both seen and unseen, continue to captivate our imaginations, urging us to remember the fragility of life and the enduring power of the human spirit.